sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They go play action. Here's Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
3rd and long for him here. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it. And they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's Pacheco again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st and 10 from the 41. Right back to Pacheco. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So Seattle retakes the field for their second series. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Smith gets this to Fant. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Walker now from the gun. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 3rd down, Walker. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing that 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. It's a gain of 29 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. He completes it in traffic. And they get this down to the 28. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Now, I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And he's only able to manage 1 yard, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes finds his man Rice. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Again, Mahomes to throw. That's caught in stride by Rice. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another throw for Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs will add to their lead at the end of the half. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Reed now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawks offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Smith on 1st down. Pass complete to Walker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. The tip definitely broke up that throw. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Smith on 3rd and short. Walker hauls it in. And he's out of bounds past midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And again, it's Smith. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs have their offense out to start this 3rd quarter. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun handoff to Pirine. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing is Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Pirine goes up and over for the touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, Well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 18. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Walker on first down. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent, but in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
It's a 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up second down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Looking to throw, Smith. Into the hands of Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and 13.
We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. From the gun, Smith. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Drew Tranquil with the pick. And the Chiefs will have it right at the opposing 30 after the interception, and that return on top of it. First down throw, Mahomes. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs put up even more points in a win. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 34. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. This one goes for 3 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Setting up the screen. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Smith on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Pressure comes, Smith. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Plowing up the middle. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And even on the road, this was a game they expected to win fairly convincingly. And I think we can say they've done just that, Brock, to the chagrin of the hometown fans who are hoping to see that upset. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Seattle.